So this is it. The time has finally come. Good morning, guys. It is the 19th of July and we are edging in to 7.5 weeks out. Well, rather right now we're like 7 weeks and 5 days out. I want to talk about something today that's been happening over the last like 3 days. It's been something that's bothered me incredibly. For the past few weeks, it's been something that's bothered me ever so slightly. But something happened like a few days ago that made this injury so much worse. I'm actually gonna go see a doctor today to get a scan to see what's actually going on with the lat on this side, because as of right now, I actually can't train upper body pretty much at all. So the time is currently 7:59 and in 1 hour and 10 minutes we have to leave to go to the doctor. So right now we're gonna go upstairs, do our 40-minute morning cardio, because it's actually been bumped up now from 30 minutes to 40 minutes, because eventually when we reached 8 weeks out, we finally got our first drop in calories and increase in cardio, which I've been speaking about now for weeks because I thought it was going to happen a lot sooner. But Callum has wanted to retain a lot more fullness this year, which was the issue with last year, but this year we're doing it fine. So we're actually going to weigh in right now to show where we're currently at. I'm pretty sure last year we were like 218 pounds at this point. The reason the scale is in the basement is because of the fact that the tiles on the bathroom floor always make it so the weigh-in is always different. Like I'll move it and I'll be like, oh my god, I've dropped 4 pounds, and then I'll move it into a different spot and I'm like, I'm 4 pounds heavier. The concrete in the garage is flat, so it's a consistent weigh-in. I say garage because we actually don't have these in the UK, but it's like an underground basement because me and Geordie currently reside in the underground in Geordie's mum's place. I wish we had that in the UK. Like every house needs an underground. Kind of like able to flex. Notice how I'm like only flexing this side and not this side, because I literally can't. That's all I got. That's literally all I got. If I can like shoot this arm up, this one, if I was to do that, I feel like my lat would tear off. That's what currently weighing 226.3 pounds. Part of me would allow that to like kind of worry me, because I'm like, oh my god, I was on such like a good track last year and I was like so lean, but that was like the issue. I feel like I had to get lean soon to be safe. Now we know more, we know that's not the case. Granted, like the first show, it's like the beginning of the season. There's like 6 weeks between the first show and the last show potentially. So imagine like 6 weeks longer on prep. So if we're not super in shape at the first show, we're going to be bone dry shredded inside out by the last one. Obviously you can see like the morning condition. Trained legs yesterday. 2 days before that had a rest day because it's when the incident with my lat happened, which I'll explain after cardio on the way to the doctor. I wanted to talk about a sale that we are having with Hardbody, and the reason I want to talk about this now is because it's literally the first time we've ever had this big of a sale at this time of year. It's one of the 2 sales that we do. We are having a week-long summer sale. The entire site is going to be 10 to 30% off. This is going to include the clothing and all the equipment. Literally everything on the site is going to be discounted, and if you use an athlete code, it will be a further 10% off. So it's essentially 20 and 40% off the entire site. The sale is going to start in literally 4 days time on Wednesday the 27th of July, and it's going to last the whole week until the 3rd of August the following month. The reason we have decided to do the sale is because over the last few months, like literally from the beginning of the year, every single month until this point, every month has got better and better. We've sold more. Like Hardbody's like my baby, you know what I mean? Like it's my first ever like proper company, and it's going better than like I ever could have envisioned it being. It's been 2 years of the business on the 29th of September, so we've not even been around for 2 years yet. We've made such a dent in the equipment space. I mean, obviously the clothing as well, but the main part of Hardbody right now is just the lifting equipment. So I just wanted to do this as kind of like a thank you to give you guys the opportunity to pick up some equipment if you haven't done so yet. It's going to be going live at 6 p.m. UK time. The link to the Hardbody website is in the description down below. Any support over the sale is massively appreciated, and please use one of the athlete codes. Support one of the athletes, one of your favorite athletes with Hardbody. The athletes actually make 15% commission, so anything you spend they make 15% of, which is an incredible thing because everyone with Hardbody, you know, is also doing as well as the company if we do well. When I joined Alphalete like 3.5 years ago, that opened up so many doors for me financially. That opened so many doors for me in terms of making social media and like doing this, making videos a job for me, and it honestly gave me my dream life. And in making Hardbody, one of the biggest driving factors for me is giving that same opportunity to somebody else, someone else like me 3.5 years ago that couldn't survive on social media, that was being fired from every job he had, but being given an opportunity by this company Alphalete and actually creating a life for myself. So first, link in the description, going live in 4 days. I was in it yesterday, kind of like sorting through some of the things that I left here from my very first time in Canada. In this box, I basically have a bunch of things that I like basically had in the beginning. And I don't know if you remember this, but I painted my physique. Brandon loves himself. And there was this like, I don't know what this is, like a girl's face covered in blood. We got that. This isn't what we were searching for. The main thing we were searching for was this. We actually have an Xbox. I should be using this time on prep to be like uber productive. Do Hardbody work on samples, do all these things that are gonna like help aid the success of my life. But honestly, the idea of playing Xbox right now, Modern Warfare 2022 comes out in November, so we're actually here to get a caffeine fix. Pick a flavor, any flavor. Cherry limeade, orange dreamsicle, strawberry sublime. But we are gonna get, what flavor do you want?
I might go for the melon one.
Strawberry and lime?
That's it.
Okay, strawberry and lime. There you go, mate.
Thank you very much.
Sweet.
Gosh, cut the nails off me.
Mate, the shakes now are insane. Like, cleanse been doubled. I'm now on 80 micrograms. I feel like an old man on a roller coaster with Parkinson's. Got these all washed just to do cardio inside. To be honest, Ultra Boost are an incredible shoe to do cardio in. I remember last prep I was doing cardio in like, I think it was like Air Max. I don't know what it was, but like the shoes I was doing cardio in. I remember doing cardio one time, I'm prepping Converse, and eventually like the arch in my foot decided to disintegrate.
Yeah, they fuck your feet
It was really
up.
bad. But Ultra Boost, an amazing shoe to do long forms of cardio. Headphones, phone, gonna put some music on and get the 40 minutes done. Alright guys, just got done my cardio. Average BPM was 130, which is exactly where we need to be. Now we're gonna make some breakfast and then head off to the appointment. Two weeks ago, I did an injection in my lat. It felt fine initially because I've been doing it like for the past like year and a half in that position. Working out, it kind of felt like a little bit more tight, and then eventually it went away. Then I did another injection about 5 days ago, and I wasn't sure if it was like the hardening of like solution or if it was like an actual injury from an injury.
Yeah, but he injected and then he had a reaction.
Over the past like couple of weeks, what's that?
That was like a cyst. It's like a ball of fluid basically, which happens sometimes with injections. I think something going on there.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's like you see how inflamed it is, a red?
Yeah.
So that's not supposed to be there. Most likely what's called a hematoma, which is like a collection of blood. And again, it's because sometimes I've seen that before with bad injections.
Yeah.
It can cause, it can even cause an infection sometimes. Yeah, what we'll have to do, we're gonna have to do some work here.
They put the scanner on it and they saw that there's loads of shit that's gone wrong. Hematoma, fluid, yeah. Inflammation.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a needle in there and try to drain it, and then hopefully we'll get a little bit of the fluid, and we'll see what color it is. If it's like a green color, that usually suggests infection, but then we'll send it to a lab for what's called culture and sensitivity, where they see what type of bacteria it is. And then we can decide which antibiotic to give you. I'm probably gonna give you an antibiotic now anyway, just because we should stay on top of it. You don't want it to spread, and it's obviously restricting you already.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll get rid of it, but if the antibiotic doesn't work, then at least we'll know which specific strain of bacteria it is, and then we can change the antibiotic later.
It's weird because like, it got me kind of nervous to be honest, because like, you know,
I know.
I'm just thinking about sacking off everything that I got from this like place and going somewhere completely different, because I've come to Canada and I've done like 2 injections. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I feel nothing.
Yeah.
It's like how it should be.
Yeah, yeah.
And this, I mean, I can still train fine, everything's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's caused no just like disshaping or anything. We were training and my lat essentially poked out a little bit more on this side. With that happening, I just thought it was like a bit of swelling from an injection, something I'd like kind of experienced before in like previous other body parts, but never like was anything serious. So I was expecting it to just go down. I think before I came to Canada, I injected there again, and then I got Tay to massage it, scrape it, cup it, you know how it is.
You can scrape this all day, we ain't gonna go away. It's a guessing game until you put a probe on there. Yeah. And that's a good thing about ultrasound. It's so portable, it's easy. No, they have handheld ones now. Connect to your iPhone. I'm not kidding, I have one. That's why I took it with me to Dubai. It literally connects to your iPhone and you can just carry it with you in a bag.
I feel like in the UK, if there's like even the smallest thing, they'll put you in the big machine.
Yeah.
And they'll scan your whole body.
Yeah, yeah.
Not do this little quick like...
That's why I went to Dubai too, is because they have access to the best doctors everywhere, right? The billionaire guy, but we were able to find things that they weren't, because it's who uses ultrasound and how we use it.
With the draining and everything, it's gonna
Yeah, we're gonna freeze it.
Okay.
We're gonna, and then we're gonna, put another needle in there, and then we're gonna drain
I shouldn't be scared of needles, but like I'm scared. I don't want it to hurt.
Don't faint.
Just don't faint.
You can go in the top.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can see the needle on top there on the screen. The blood, you see how the fluid got smaller, the pouch? Viewer discretion advised. This is what we call pure lint material. So essentially it's because of bacteria formation. It's definitely pussy. Gonna give him antibiotics and then we're gonna send this to the lab. So yeah, Brandon, it's definitely an infection.
I'm gonna sack off my UK supplier. Decided to get therapy on it. Made it 10 times worse. He just drained it and he saw it's actually infected. We're out and I'm kind of a bit lost for words. I don't really know what to say right now because this kind of thing hasn't ever happened to me. I'm kind of a little bit shooken up because I wasn't expecting it to be something as serious as what it was. But that's why we're lucky to have Dr. Khan. Dr. Khan is specializing. He basically fixes all the bodybuilders. Like Regan Grimes came in before.
I remember Reagan because that's when the first time I met him. It was on his shoulder though.
Fixed him like that. After going through the previous healthcare system that he went through before, going to someone that didn't really know what they were doing, but he put the ultrasound on, knew exactly what was happening. We do have an antibiotic. It's pretty all round, so it's gonna help obviously decrease the infection, hopefully get rid of it. It's a 10-day thing, you take 2 pills a day for 10 days. We've got a probiotic, a very strong probiotic for afterwards. We're gonna keep this in the fridge and this will be after the 10 days and we'll take 1 a day for 30 days. This is gonna help replenish all of the things that are gonna be taken out of my system through the medication. And it comes about so randomly because infections just creep up. Like it's not something that's instantaneous, right? If you were to like do an injection and like tear something, you would instantly know. But this was something it's grown over like weeks and weeks and weeks. Like you saw that syringe, it was nasty. It was horrible. We are allowed to train. We are allowed to do isolation exercises. We obviously can't train the lats. So we're gonna like sack off that for the next 10 days, but we can do legs, arms, chest when mobility's back, a little bit of shoulders. So we can still continue and we can obviously do cardio and diet. So we're not held back. We're not held back. And my lats are already massive, so we're good. So we're on the way to the gym right now. It's about 3 hours in the future. We've got 1 meal in. I'm having the pre-workout meal right now, so this is meal number 3. We've got chicken, rice, zucchini, onion, and this amazing taco sauce. Geordie picked it up for me on the way back from where she was, when she was out, she was gonna go see her dad. It makes the whole car smell of taco season sauce, which is freaking amazing. From the draining, it already feels like a bit more mobile, which is fantastic. And then hopefully by Thursday and Friday, I can train something upper body properly. But today, we're gonna get a juicy tricep and bicep and forearm pump.
It's getting hard and I think I'm doomed, 'cause everyone left, 'cause everyone left.
You're mad. We're a few sets in now, we're just getting the workout started. Just to put on the pre-workout, but we're going to be starting with a tricep bicep superset. We've got the Atlantis tricep extension. This is an incredible piece of machinery because it takes it away from doing like vertical tricep extension, like which you're used to, and you're actually on a bit of an incline, which switches up the machine. It honestly feels really good. If you've got one in your gym, try it. I'm going to be doing single arm D-handle cable curls to get some blood in the biceps. Nothing too crazy, because the next thing we do for the biceps will be a lot heavier. We'll get started with this first. Breathe. Oh, fuck. When you've done like your 10, 12, 15 reps, if at the end, I've always believed that if you can get a few like pulse reps out, if you can like stretch the fascia that much more, get the last little bit of blood in there, the pump you get, it almost feels just like the fascia is stretching and the muscle is just expanding, doing like 1 inch repetition. I love to do it. Is a bit of a flashback. We're back to HD muscle days, no. I actually ironed out a tank top and I actually forgot to put it in my gym bag, and I went to the front, I was like, guys, have you got any tank tops? And of course they did, but they had pink. It's a little bit too small and it's HD muscle. All good things. I mean, to be fair, it kind of goes. Obviously, like when we parted ways, we didn't end on bad blood, like it's all still good, so. They picked us back up, mate, we're back with HD. It's just a light, easy bar curl, superset with single arm machine incline curl, and then tricep with another tricep cable push down. But instead we're bringing our arms inwards and we're pushing outwards rather than like straight in front. I need to do 40 extra reps because Steph said it doesn't look like I'm on prep.
40 extra reps? That's me.
Are you on prep or off season? We just got back from the gym. Had an incredible workout for what it was, considering the fact that obviously I was considering not working out potentially because of what happened today, but I'm glad we did, and it was an incredible workout. I wanted to do a lot more triceps, but I realized that when I was getting an arm pump, my arms expand quite a lot when I get an arm pump. Like they literally grow like 1.5 inches. My tricep was pressing against my lats so much, it was causing me a lot of pain. So I'm glad we did what we did, but we're back now. And I'm gonna answer a question that was in the previous video, because if you didn't know, every single video I'm answering a question, and the person's question that I do answer from the previous video is gonna win a free piece of Hardbody equipment. So, Jacket Carter, and the question, is there a single thing you'd change about your journey at this point? Would you take getting your pro card earlier, or do you think it's happening this way for a reason? I don't think I'd take getting a pro card earlier than it is, because there has to be things that you have on this earth that take a long time to achieve. There has to be goals that you set for yourself, and you can't just get them because you want them. You know, there are people that have a half-assed physique that step on a shit show with no competition and just bowl up and get a pro card. That does happen, and it has actually happened this year. A couple of people have got their pro cards, and it's just like, oh, like, how did that happen for them? And that's fine, because like there has to be those shows. But I'm glad that it's taken a long time. I'm glad that that's happening, because I'm going to appreciate it so much more when it actually happens. And there has to be these things in life that are further away. Some things take 1 year, some things take 5, some take 10, and some take a lifetime. Some people don't get the things they want until they're 30, 40, 50. There are people that start bodybuilding when they're 16 and that are literally at pure muscle right now, 35, close to 40 years old, and they just got their pro card. I'm 25. I tried to get my pro card for the first time last year. That means I've been trying to get my pro card for 1 year. So if I was to get the pro card this year, I would have got it after the first year of trying. Now, that's not bad, because the consensus of my channel has been like, would you prefer to get it sooner rather than later? As in, it's taken a long time. But I feel like people don't realize that this is early days. I've got so many years left in me. Like, this is literally just the beginning of like the pro card attempts. Like, I could be trying 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I feel like right now it'd be incredible. Like, if I got my pro card at these shows, I will cry my eyes out on stage, because I want this so bad. But if it doesn't happen, I'm completely content with the length of the journey. So the answer to the question is, I prefer what is happening now, and I'm glad that it hasn't happened sooner. We got a delivery. We ordered something from Amazon because the mic on top of the camera is actually currently Geordie's mic for her camera, considering the fact that mine, the twisty thing at the bottom is broken. There was like a constant shaking. Like, one of my first videos in Canada, I had to delete so many clips because they were destroyed, because there was constantly like a rattling on top. 3.5 years is a good investment, but the sponge on the side where it says Road right there, on the old one, it's that old. This is like completely gone. You can't even see what brand it is, just because like all the sponges like come off. But we're fresh. Smells like a new mic. That is going to be it for this video. It was an unexpected one, to say the least, because I wasn't expecting for this like next video to be about like my first injury, considering it wasn't something that I thought was an injury. I didn't think it was something that was as serious as it is, but it won't be taken lightly. Obviously, we've been medicated, we've been informed, we have seen professionals, and we're kind of doing the best we can do while still prepping, because that's the main thing. The main thing is that it doesn't affect prep, it doesn't hold us back, and we can still do exactly what we have to do, which which we at this time have been informed that we can still do. So prep isn't held back. I don't think it's going to make my physique look any worse at the end of it. If it was my triceps or my calves or something else that was infected, I'd be like, man, I was really trying to work on those and now I can't. So it could be a lot worse, and I'm very grateful to have been here because the English medical system is absolutely like terrible. So many things that happened today wouldn't have been able to happen if I wasn't here around these incredible people. So I'm super grateful for that. So I'm very lucky. We actually just went out on a 45-minute walk and completed my steps for the day. If you did enjoy this video, please do me a favor, drop a like. Don't forget, if you want to enter the Hardbody equipment giveaways, drop a comment on this video, ask a question for me to answer in the next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on post notifications because it really helps the channel grow. And I will see you in the next episode of Hardbody Shredding. Peace. Anybody else, it has to mean something to you.